if you shoot and it's not on Instagram, did it even happen? No, I'm not sure.
Unless you're coming around your cover, yeah, there's something in the fault line that's outside. Are you ready? Stand by. Same distance.
What's up, guys? Just thought I'd do a brief video. I'm probably trying to head off some questions that I might get from some of you guys early about the decisions I'm making for the next probably 4 or 5 months in my shooting. So I don't know if you follow my channel. Hopefully you know last year I got to shoot IDPA Nationals match. And the gun that I competed with at IDPA Nationals, and the gun that I really enjoy shooting and really have spent a lot of time with, is the Tanfoglio Lim Pro. It's probably one of the things my channel is known for, is the Limited Pro, because not a lot of guys are shooting these things on YouTube. A lot of people usually shoot the stock 2 version because it's USPSA, the gamer version. But this is the one that's 2 sport legal. That's the one that can be shot in IDPA and USPSA. And I actually prefer it because of the longer sight radius, which really plays well in the IDPA accuracy, more intensive sport. And so that's what I shot last year in the ESP division. ESP mainly because the magwell had been modified, and I'm too honest to try and sneak that by an SSP. So I shot in ESP last year at Nationals and managed to get my bump to Master Class. I was already SSP Master, which I made with a Glock 34, but then I made ESP Master at Nationals last year with this gun. And this Tanfoglio Lim Pro is a great gun. I still love this gun, and I'm planning on holding on to this gun and shooting with it again in the future. But right now, it's going to go back in the safe for a while, and probably won't see it again until next year. Well, why? Why aren't you shooting it? Well, because I want to shoot in a different division besides ESP at IDPA Worlds, which will be at Talladega this September or October, something like that. This is all assuming I get in, which I think I have a pretty good chance of getting in. But if I do get in at IDPA Worlds, which is like Nationals plus a little bit more international, whatever. If I do get in, I don't want to shoot in the ESP division because it is a division I'm already master in. And I don't want to shoot the same gun, same division as I shot last year. And then, as mentioned, this gun cannot be it's not SSP legal, even though I'm also master in SSP. I don't want to shoot this gun at SSP Master. So that kind of leaves me with no choice to kind of not shoot this gun at IDPA Worlds. So that this kind of has to go, to the side right now. So one of the other guns you've seen is this gun. This is the CCP gamer gun, 9mm CCO clone, great gun. Did the review on it, shot it at Sandnat, and this is a really great gun. Am I going to shoot this gun at IDPA Worlds? No. And it's mainly my own hang-ups. And I'll give you a brief reason why. Here's the reasons why I should shoot this gun at IDPA Worlds. Is because I already have a 9mm setup for reloading ammunition, and because CCP division, I'm expert in CCP there. I have a pretty good chance of, bumping the master if I were to shoot it. And, this is a gamer gun through and through for IDPA CCP that have a great, probably an advantage versus a lot of people. Here's why I'm not shooting it. Sight radius. I'm working on my trigger control a lot. I'm trying to really work on that trigger control and get good hits, and I want the sight radius, I want the information And then really additionally, one of the most frustrating things for me in IDPA is how accuracy intensive it's become lately. With the inclusion of PCC and the inclusion of carry optics, it's very frustrating to me to shoot a reduced capacity gun and a reduced sight radius gun in matches that are increasingly more and more set up to be competitive for the carry optics shooter, if that makes sense, right? The shots are getting tighter, the non-threats are getting closer, especially at my local match. You know, we have a lot of PCC shooters and we have a lot of carry optics shooters, and the matches are just generally getting harder. And while that makes great practice to shoot a small gun and a reduced capacity gun, you know, part of me is just competitive, so competitive. I can't do it right now, and I want to still be competitive, which leads me to the gun that I'm actually going to shoot for IDPA Worlds, assuming I get in and assuming I'm can. But the main reason is, you know, for this one, I just want to shoot this one, man. If you don't have a 1911, you're missing out. I've had this gun. My dad bought me this gun when I turned, I think, 21, and it was a government. And I've slowly been upgrading it. I added the front serrations. I added the ambidextrous safety. I added the beaver tail. I added the Dawson. I added the trigger. I've added the grips. I added the adjustable rear and the Dawson front. So I've had this gun a long time, and it's not really gotten much shooting time. And this year just kind of seems like it's lining up to where I have the opportunity to shoot IDPA Worlds, and I want to shoot the CDP division with the 1911 I've had for a very long time. And that means I'll still be reduced capacity, all right? I mean, it's still an 8+1 division, but I get the long sight radius of a 5-inch government. And if you notice, and I've done this before, if you put those side by side, it's really crazy how well the Lim Pro, which is what I've spent a lot of time doing, and this 5-inch government really line up on the sight radius. So that's something I've noticed. So I admit, you know, one of the things, I'll still be able to complain about the reduced capacity, I guess, but I won't. Every shot that I miss is going to be on me. So I get a chance to shoot a gun I've had a long time that I've never shot really seriously competitively. I'll be able to take this gun that my dad bought me to IDPA Worlds with the upgrades that I've put on it and shoot competitively with a longer sight radius. It's just going to be fun, right? I mean, if nothing else, this will be fun to take an old slab side to IDPA Worlds and compete with the dot guys. And yes, it'll be challenging, but I won't be at a double disadvantage. And then finally, I also have a 2011 that I'm building, and if you'll notice, I've already got the 2011 grips on this thing. I am gonna go ahead and start getting used to the ergos of a 2011, because as my limited gun gets built up, this should be basically the same, you know, fit, feel, finish, trigger ergos. And so the more time I spend behind the CDP gun, the easier it's going to be for me to go between limited and this. Well, why not shoot single stack? Well, because I'm building a limited gun and I like to go fast in USPSA. But that is true. I would also have the option to shoot single stack as well in USPSA. But for now, the plan is to shoot this at least through Worlds this year. Shoot this basically exclusively until Worlds, and shoot the 2011 that I'm having built at hopefully by 2019 Georgia State USPSA. And by spending time with this, I'm hoping it will trade back and forth on that. So that's why this gun's coming out. That's why the Lim Pro is going away right now, and that's why the CCP gun is going away right now. I'm looking forward to that 2011, and while I'm doing that, I'm also getting to shoot an old 45, and I'm getting to shoot it at the IDPA World. So that's my reasoning, guys. Just wanted to give you all a heads up. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I always like responding to all the comments and like hearing from y'all, especially the you know, when you guys tell me I'm crazy and that I shouldn't be doing that. It usually ends up good advice. So at least this, I at least won't have to type out a big long response in the comments. I'm shooting this because I'm going to eventually be moving to a 2011, and these two go back and forth real well. And I'm looking forward to shooting the CDP division in the 2019 IDPA Worlds. So thanks, guys. Appreciate it. CDP.
One.
Big boy gets me in. Big boy 45.